ever wanted to have a sense of direction, or perhaps figure out what's important versus what's not, and understand what would your life would look like in 5 years from now? This episode is for you. Hello everyone, how are you? This is Ali Wacek from Square One, and welcome to another episode of Designing Your Life and Career YouTube channel, designed with you and for you to live a meaningful life and career. A few years back when I started Square One, I had no idea as to how to run a business. I really didn't know the steps I had to take. I didn't really know the kind of lifestyle I wanted to live while setting up a business with a husband and 2 little ones. I didn't know the kind of things I should have known, and I now know. So I thought I'll share with you a really incredible exercise that truly helped me understand my path, the things that were important to me, and I really think this is going to help you. And I promise you, if you try this exercise, it will provide so much value, so much clarity, and it will help you to reduce overwhelm and the anxiety that we are all living at the moment. Are you ready? Yay! It's defining your 5-year bold vision. You're welcome. I know what you might be thinking. You might be going, Ali, for God's sake, my 5-year-old can do this exercise. What are you doing, baby?
I'm writing down my 5-year vision.
I know, this is not rocket science, but I promise you, if you're to do this visualization exercise, you will, number 1, understand what's important versus what's not important in your life. Number 2, understand those experiences, ideas, and experiments you can try it in your life. And number 3, you will get such a huge, incredible sense of self-awareness, which is something we rarely do. The trick here is to try to understand what are those memorable and extraordinary experiences that do not yet exist in your life, but that you know deep inside, if you were to create them, prototype them, and test them, you would gain a sense of clarity and direction for what's next in your life. The first step to do your bold vision is to actually use visualization. Visualization is utilized by neuroscientists to actually help athletes increase their level of performance. James Naismith, who was an average golfer, he was taken as a prisoner during the Vietnam War. During this time, he was not able to train or practice golf. However, during the 7 years that he stayed in prison, he was able to utilize visualization to practice golf. How he did this? He would close his eyes and he would visualize what would the trees look like, what would the birds be singing, what was it like and be like, hold the golf club in his hand, what was it like to walk on the golf course, the heat on his body from the sun. And after 7 years, he was released from prison, he went back home, and without practicing golf for 7 years, he went to his favorite golf course and he was able to cut short 20 points of his average. That is incredible. That's how powerful visualization can be. Debbie Millman, a renowned designer, podcast host, and educator, says, "Without a destination in mind, finding direction is impossible." Millman learned this from the designer legend Milton Glaser, who, while teaching a class at the School of Visual Arts in New York, made every single student, including Millman, to do a 5-year vision. This vision was supposed to hold every single thing that they thought they could achieve in 5 years' time. They had to imagine what was it like to be in 5 years from now, and from there develop a vision. Millman said to this day that this has been one of the most incredible exercises that she's ever done in her life, and it's actually quite magical and spooky at the same time. So, are you ready to do your 5-year bold vision? This is what you gotta do. Grab a piece of paper, your notepad, your computer, or download our bold vision template to get you started. Now, think of all the areas of your life that make your life. It could be your career, your work, your health, well-being, contribution and impact, emotions, mindset, money, finances, purpose and meaning, adventure, fun and creativity, education and skill development, social life and relationships, productivity and organization. Once you've done that, you can do the following parts of this exercise in a couple of different ways. Option A is to close your eyes and do a little visualization exercise. You will get a good feel for where you see these things in 5 years' time. You can even rate them from 1 to 10, 1 being this kind of sucks in my life right now, or 10, I'm nailing it, and see where you would like it to be and look like and feel like in 5 years' time. You can use the visualization exercise provided in our virtual crash course. If you haven't downloaded, download it now, listen to it, or simply do this on your own. The point here is to meet your future self, telling you all the things you have done, achieved, fell at, wanted to do but didn't do, or things that you did and didn't really fill your soul, or all the places you have visited, the places you live, the adventures you experience, and things that you've done. Here you can also imagine where you're living. Do you have pets? Do you own a house? Are you living with your parents? Do you have a car? Do you have children? Which part of the world are you at? What does the street that you're living at looks like? What do you want? Do you exercise? You don't exercise? Are you richer than you're now? Are you doing different things? You will then, after doing all of this and imagining all of this in 5 years from now, you will then write down a life and career vision, and if it has already happened. The second option, option B, is to jump right into writing your 5-year bold vision. And the way you will do this is that equally as you would imagine all the things that surround you in 5 years from now, you will go straight into writing as if all those things already exist. So you will be using past tense instead of future tense, and you will be using that as a way to really just get you cracking and writing things down and using big sentences. So things that really you can see, and if you don't want to do the visualization, this is another way to get you started. After finishing, you will then start understanding what's important versus what's not important in your life. You may be looking at things differently. You might be wanting to incorporate things in your life that do not exist, but you know deep inside it will fill your soul, and there will be incredible alternatives to prototyping your life. Or you may be looking at things that do no longer serve you and you actually want to get rid of them. So this is a very important part of the exercise. Another thing that we recommend doing, number 1, share it with a friend, a family member, even a team or colleague, and get their opinion. See if what you put together actually surprised them or enlightens them, or actually gives them a sense of, wow, I had no idea you wanted to achieve all these things in 5 years. It will be a really fun exercise. And the second option I would always recommend, put a reminder on your phone, your calendar, anywhere that helps you to make sure that you can revisit the 5-year bold vision on a regular basis. I, for example, every year, I have a big reminder just to really reflect on the year prior and the year that is coming ahead. I also, every 3 months, I put a little reminder on my calendar, which probably takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes I use a Pomodoro, which is a 25-minute, very productive. And then I do this to really look at what has happened over the last 3 months, reflecting the things that I've done, really reflecting my values, the things that I put in that vision, and if I'm heading in the right direction. So this is something that you can do. You can do it monthly, you can do it weekly, whatever works. Just put a reminder that helps you. I must warn you, you might also face a lot of resistance because we are naturally pretty scared of change. We are pretty scared of new things that we haven't tried, and our brain will naturally tell you, that ain't gonna happen, or are you stupid? What are you thinking? Or that will never be possible to do. So this is the moment where you got to realize that your brain will kind of put you into a safe path and go, that's not gonna help you. So here, as long as you're conscious that that's exactly what's happening, just push through that and really start ideating and prototyping those ideas. Remember, the more you prototype and test those ideas in the real world, you will get a sense for whether those ideas will serve you and they're aligned to your values, and really that vision is really what it should be like. So it is important to understand that sense of curiosity and creativity that we all as designers need to have. It's going to be really important to push through that fear. Can this exercise be used as at an organizational level? Hell yes! Facebook, in fact, as part of their personal development program for their employees, make every single employee write down a 2-year bold vision. Why? Because this really helps them understand what is fulfilling to them as human beings outside and inside work. But also, it keeps them accountable. Every manager with every employee will have regular personal development meetings, and in those meetings, they will be asking how you're going with your vision, how are you tracking, do you need help? Has anything changed? And all of these 2-year bold visions are shared with the team just for everybody to know where everybody's at and the things that they're really looking forward at trying and creating in their lives. So Facebook, if you want to call me, I'll pick up the phone. How you doing? So there you have it. That is the number one thing we recommend trying for you to reduce overwhelm and gain clarity during this time. This is something you can do today. So now, I would love to hear from you. What is the one thing you realize that you have to give up, perhaps, or change in your life to achieve that 5-year bold vision? And number 2, what is the one action that you're taking today to make that happen? Leave a comment below and I would love to hear from you. As always, the best conversations happen at squared1.com.au. So head over there and be sure to subscribe to our email list to receive updates, giveaway, and secret tips. And don't forget to download your very own virtual crash course on how to design a meaningful life and career with design thinking. 5 steps to gain clarity and reduce stress in adversity. Remember that the path ahead is the way it needs to be for a reason. Don't be discouraged. Trust the process, and remember, you're the light needed right here and right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. Woohoo! Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.